Hello friends, Eid Mubarak to you all. Today just I thought of giving a few words about emotional intelligence. I happened to see one powerful video in LinkedIn that just gives a kind of introspection, you know, in me, how emotional intelligent I am. And in general, the significance of emotional intelligence, how it is important and critical for one's self-development. Regardless of however the person is expert in his area, regardless of the great subject matter expertise the person may possess and the number of years of experience and the academic education a person may possess, lacking of emotional intelligence will always put the person in a difficult situation while dealing with people, when there is a human interaction and when there is a situation where the interpersonal skills are required, and again in turn the interpersonal skills should require the emotional intelligence. By the way, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence in simple words is nothing but the ability to perceive, understand, empathize. Remember this word, empathize, manage and handle the emotions. What is the meaning of empathize? Out of the 5 words I told, empathize. Empathy is one of the very important word. I mean, putting ourselves in different person's situation. Colloquially, we can say putting ourselves in others' shoes. When we are stubborn and obstinate, that we have to remain in our perspective only, we lose that empathy. We have to go and sit in others' situation for us to be able to perceive things in that XYZ others' perspective. It's very important. The others' perspective is inevitable and very important for this emotional intelligence. Sometimes there are situations where we are forced to be in a situation, the person with whom we are conversing may not have required emotional intelligence, due to which the person lacks empathy, he or doesn't she doesn't understand the other person's perspective from that person's view, then automatically the frustration between both parties happen. During the emotional situation, the best thing to do is to be wise and choose the words very carefully and meticulously. Choose the word again. Be alert on choosing the words to make sure that emotions will not influence our words, because emotions will never let anyone realize the negative impact of the words that a person is uttering. So let us be very careful while we utter words during the time of emotions, speak of emotions. When we are in the extreme of emotions, be careful while we utter the words. We have to be careful word by word, we have to be alert. If we are fearful, if we are afraid that we already lose that emotional intelligence at any specific point of the situation, better leave the place, better leave the situation completely to avoid the risk of uttering such negative or adverse words. While you or anyone in that situation may not have done anything, any blunder, any mistake. The person may not have done any mistake, but during the time of dealing with the people, when he or she utters adverse words, that becomes the most negative part of you. So better be careful. So emotional intelligence, especially for those people who are introverts, who are not extroverts, for the introverts who are not that much sociable but very good in their competence skills, and they are expert in their own area, while dealing with people and when dealing with people who lacks that emotional intelligence, we are vulnerable and prone to be emotional. So when both parties become emotional, we have to deal that situation. If the opponent doesn't have that emotional intelligence, if the opponent doesn't empathize, the situation, doesn't empathize, doesn't perceive the situation correctly, then the other person will get frustrated, will put him or her in a more emotional situation, during which time we need to be very careful, because the whole reputation, the whole the opinion and the whole impression that we built in many years will get wiped out just like that, with a couple of adverse words that you could uh, uh, give out during the emotional situation. So emotional intelligence, it's the great area we need to develop. Everyone needs to develop. Some people are master on it. They are veteran on it. They're experienced guys. And I would like to develop, for example, anyone would like to develop an emotional intelligence part, because the normal academic intelligence, any competence or skills anybody can master, but emotional intelligence, it comes from the experience. Even a lot of experienced people lacks this emotional intelligence. It comes like a boon from God, actually. Yeah, emotional intelligence is the great trait and beautiful characteristic of the best leaders. Thank you guys for watching.